Hey everybody, my name is Katie Holcomb. I guarantee you every single one of you that has watched this has heard about me. I cannot keep my mouth shut any longer. I can't be quiet about the audacity of this woman anymore. My goal was previously to just write a book and be done with it, but after one of her podcasts today, I'm too pissed off. Alright, so I'm going to take some of her rhetorical questions in here, and I'm going to kind of respond to them. So here is episode 9 of her podcast about me and all of the bad voodoo that I do to her.
It is currently July 29, 2021, and I have survived and made it another day. Some people are getting upset with me because I'm claiming atheism now. I just want to tell you all that don't understand. I've been a Christian most of my life, and there's really been no proof of God because right now what I see proof of is witchcraft, and yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to be working at night trips in Tulsa as a stripper, but I'm not going to be living there, and it's just been a really hard year, and so I think that if there is a God, that, it would be evident in my daily life. My ex-fiance Israel was an atheist, and my ex-fiance Michael was an atheist, and my good friend recently told me he was atheist, and there just seems to be a lot of atheists, and so, why not, also a lot of Christians don't agree with stripping, even though the body is beautiful, and when Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, they were naked, and they had no shame before sin entered the world. So, there's a part of me that still believes in the Bible, but I just don't believe it. I don't believe that God is alive anymore, really. I just haven't seen an indication of that. I mean, I'm in a safe place, but I'm still homeless, and I don't know. I just know that the grass is green, the sky is blue, the sun is bright, and it seems like a good day. But at any moment, something could happen, something bad could happen. And even though I don't believe in God anymore, I do believe in the devil. I believe in the devil more than ever.
They're the same pantheon. It's the same pantheon. If you believe in one, you believe in the other. That's the way it works.
Because of this bullshit that I'm going through with Katie and SkyTook. And, I don't really get it. I don't get how things escalated. That's what I probably don't get out of...
She doesn't get how things escalated. It could be, I don't know, I took offense to her breaking into my house back in 2017 and then posting to Facebook to brag about it. Right afterwards. She likes to make up this story that my brother Israel was sneaking her in through the window that we had there in his room. But that window had an air conditioning unit bolted into it with plywood boarding up the top half. It was screwed in. There's nobody coming through that window. Nobody coming through that window.
Everything is, how can you go from... Well, first of all, you mess with me and my fiance, Cliff.
How the fuck? I don't know Cliff. I've never spoken to Cliff. I don't do things with Cliff. I don't know how the fuck I could have possibly messed with him.
You make it seem like he's abusive when really it's just demonic energy festering and you're using his trauma against him, so then we're separated.
I didn't separate them. I don't know what trauma he's been through. I don't really give a fuck. Honestly. He's some crackhead she picked up in a psych ward. Why would I care? As far as I'm concerned, they're perfect for each other. I mean, she tried to stab him just like she tried to stab Michael and then posted about that on Facebook. Again, everything she does, she posts about. She posted about how she tried to stab this dude, Cliff, and wants to pretend like it's me. It's not me.
You have the audacity to separate me and Israel, who I really thought that I was meant to be with.
She wasn't. I was drunk on the couch watching Telemundo when he came to me and asked me if it would be okay if he had a booty call. That's all she was. That was his words, not mine. She was a booty call. That was it. And then she would stay for days on end, eat all our food, drink all my beer, smoke all our weed, and never fucking leave. Gee, I wonder where it escalated.
Like, really thought and was not delusional about it. So, Katie, like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, how can you go from, you know, messing with me and Cliff's relationship for whatever reason to taking a piñata, putting my face on it, and bashing the shit out of it with a baseball bat? Like,
okay, so I did make a hate piñata, and I'm 100% on board with everybody making a hate piñata. Alright, if someone has been bugging the shit out of you for 4.5 years, you'd put their face on a fucking piñata and fill it full of booze too. I don't really care. I didn't assault her. I didn't do anything to her. I put her picture on a piñata, and we beat it for my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
It's just not logical. Like, what have I done to deserve to be murdered?
First of all, what haven't you done to deserve anything, honestly? What hasn't she done? Second of all, nobody's murdered her. Nobody has murdered her. We've had ample opportunity, and nobody has murdered her.
Like, what the fuck, Katie? What the effing fuck? So, yeah, that's all I really have to say right now, because, guys, things are just weird, man. Things are just crazy and weird and strange, and I don't believe that Cliff is a bad person. I just believe that because of the things that have happened, we cannot be together. I mean, the difference between the Israel situation and the Cliff situation is black and white. Cliff actually distributed abusive behavior.
That's not how you use the word distributed. I'm 100% certain of that.
Israel never did. Never did. And so, what doesn't make sense to me is how can we wait? How can we go on with our lives? You know, it all happened in 2016, but how can it be 2021 and this shit is still surfacing? Like, why?
Because you won't leave me and my family alone. It's not hard to figure out. It's really not hard. All of the violation of the restraining orders we have against her, it's not hard to figure out why it's still going on. It's still going on because she is still going on about it. She's had ample opportunity to move on. She is obsessed with me and my family. It's not me. I've let that shit go. I've tried to. And it's been 4.5 years. It's been 4.5 years dealing with this woman. I put her face on a fucking piñata and I beat it for my birthday. Nobody has assaulted her. Nobody has murdered her. Nobody's done anything to her.
Just why? Like, if you want to kill me, Katie, why don't you just come to where I am and actually murder me with the gun that I know you have?
Here's the thing. I have had her address since before she decided to become my problem. I have known where she has lived for the last 5 years. I've known where she has lived. If I wanted to go to her house and murder her, I would have. If I wanted to. I don't want to. If murder was what I was after, it would already be done. There is no attempting it. I would have already done it. But that's not what I'm after. She just likes to make shit up. Say hi.
Hi.
Like, if you're really that set on it, well, by all means, come and try. But, you know, I have protection from...
Picture?
No, baby. Go play. Go play.
You. And whether it's from God or the source energy, the universe, the light in the sky, whatever the case may be, I have protection. So, you know, you can try, but you're going to fail. And
the only thing protecting her from me is me. That's it. I don't wanna. That's all there is to it. You know, this whole question of morality of who are you without God? The same. I do rape and murder and pillage as much as I want to, and the amount that I want to is 0. I don't murder. I don't rape. I don't molest. I don't steal. The amount is 0.
And if you come at me, I have the right to shoot you.
No, you don't. Because as long as you have a restraining order against you, in the state of Oklahoma, you're not allowed to own a firearm. Like, if you get caught with a firearm in the state of Oklahoma, I'm pretty sure, isn't that a felony, babe?
I think so.
Yeah, pretty sure that's a felony. That's a felony violation of a restraining order to be in possession of a firearm when you have a restraining order against you.
I hope she goes and tries to buy one.
I kind of hope she does too. I can't wait to report this next bit to the police.
I have the right, because it says in the law that if someone distributes that they're going to kill you...
Again, not how you use the word distribute. That's not what the word distribute means.
I mean, all these death threats, Katie, like, what the...
What death threats? What death threats? What fucking death threats? Are we talking about whenever I said I was going to beat you until you stop moving and then beat you some more? In reference to you ever breaking into my house again. You're forgetting that part. You leave that part out a lot. I will beat you until you stop moving and then beat you some more. Is exactly what I told the judge that I said to this woman in court when I got my restraining order against her. And I said that in reference to her breaking into my house again. If she ever breaks into my home again, I will beat her until she stops moving and then beat her some more. And I was granted a 5-year protection order. Baby, go play. Go play. No, go play. That's it. That's it. Did I offer to smother her with a pillow whenever I had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to walk across town to go be a substitute teacher because she spent the entire night crying about how her ex left her and running through my room to go vomit loudly in the bathroom? Yeah, I did. Who the fuck wouldn't? Who the fuck doesn't want some peace and quiet when they have to be up in the morning to go be in charge of 30 children?
Fuck. But anyways, I plan to get a rifle as soon...
She's not allowed to own a rifle. She is not allowed to be in possession of a firearm in the state of Oklahoma with a restraining order against her. It's just not allowed.
As I can afford it, and a pocket knife, and a chainsaw.
This bitch thinks she's gonna chainsaw me? She thinks she's gonna run me through with a chainsaw. I think you're not gonna get close enough. Nobody could ever get close enough to me with a chainsaw.
How's her ugly ass gonna make enough money stripping to fucking...
Yeah, she's not. She's just fucking not. She's not. She's not even gonna be hired on as a stripper because they're gonna take one fucking look at her. She's not gonna be what they're looking for in that strip club. I can tell you now, I've seen the people that I went to high school with that ended up becoming strippers. This is a whole different category of human being than what she is. There's no way. There's no way. Even if she did become a stripper, it's not going to be enough for her to afford a fucking chainsaw. Not with as often as she's talking about going and buying new cars. To what? To go camp out in the Walmart parking lot again? To go strangle yourself and pretend it's me? When I'm across town sitting around with my friends playing cards and you're choking yourself out on Facebook Live in the fucking parking lot of Walmart, she can't hold a job to save her life. She's not going to get the money for a chainsaw, let alone get close enough to me to do anything with it. I doubt that woman could hold a chainsaw.
And all the weapons I can think of, because it's not that I'm afraid of you, it's that I'm just tired of you. Like,
I'm tired of her too. I'm not afraid of her either. Whenever she stole someone's phone in Walmart and was sending me voice clips, the very first one, which goes, "Bitch, you fucking cross me one more time, it will be the end of you," that was my ringtone up until that phone was fried. She's a joke. She's nothing more than a joke. And honestly, she's not even funny anymore.
You don't make sense. When I met you, you made more sense to me when I met you than this bullshit right here.
The first time I met Hannah was in 2014, in a house full of pagans. She came over and decided to pick a fight about Christianity. But I made sense to her? She was literally arguing against my religion and telling me I was going to hell? But I made sense to her.
And I have reason to think you're possessed. When I was a Christian, I believed that in possession. Well, now, I believe in the devil more than anything. And I don't believe in God.
Again, if you believe in one, you believe in the other. It's the same pantheon.
But, like, it doesn't make sense, Katie. Like, you're driving me nuts, Katie. Like, can't you just stop, please? And find the voice of reason in your fucking brain and realize you have a child?
This is where she pissed me off.
That you need to be taken care of and you don't need to be showing her that murder is okay? I mean,
I teach my child everything she needs to know. I'm not teaching her that murder is okay. Nobody has murdered this woman. Nobody has been murdered in front of my child.
watch the fucking video. She was laughing. She was laughing.
Yes, my child cheered me on while I beat a piñata with her face on it. She thinks it's funny, and it is.
How is that okay for kids to be around that?
This woman doesn't have children. This woman probably shouldn't be allowed around children. This woman is a danger to children, but seems to think that she can tell me what it is my child should be exposed to. All right. You know what? My child is learning a lot of things. And one of the things that my child is learning is to not take shit from crazy people who don't seem to understand boundaries.
Mommy! Anyways, that's the end of that for now. I gotta get walking, so I will podcast later before I go to bed.
I hope she gets walking. I hope she gets to walking very far away. Just like how fucking Chelsea and Michael ended up having to move out of state just to get away from her ass. I'm not leaving. I'm not going to be run out of my hometown. I'm not going to be run off away from my family. I am going to stay right where I am. And you know that gun that I have, I carry it with me everywhere I go, so that if this woman pops up and threatens my family, I am able to defend myself and my daughter. I don't really give a fuck what she thinks about my gun. It's not a threat unless she decides to threaten me.